Okay, this is my first game show presenter box. You can see that I built it pretty big. The original plan was to put it in a little tiny box like this, and it will fit, but I had a couple of extra tricks up my sleeve that you'll see in a minute. These buttons on the front act as the A, B, C, D, and the space and enter key that you'll need for inside the game. The whole thing is run off a KeyWiz keyboard emulator, so that when I hit these buttons, it says A, B, C, D, enter, and space. The computer can't tell the difference between that box and a regular keyboard. There's also a few RJ45 jacks on the front that can do a couple of different things. The first thing you can do is plug in one of these nifty handheld buzzers that I made, and you plug that right in the jack, and it has a pistol grip on it, and when you push the button, it's telling that player 1 has buzzed in. The other thing you can do is, I wanted to show that you could make a box without even using any solder at all, and so I made this little controller box over here that you can hit these buttons to buzz in, and that thinks that player 5, 6, 8, or 7 has buzzed in, or you can just put it in the other jack and it'll think that players 1, 2, 3, and 4 buzzed in. And so that's a pretty little nifty box. There's no soldering involved. Nice and easy. Took just a couple of minutes to make that. The other thing you can do is there's 8 of these little controllers. The system will handle 10, but I've built 8 so far. And there's these little breakout boxes. They're little boxes that have 4 of them, 4 jacks on them. And when that is plugged in to the jack, then that actually splits these things up so that whatever jack it's plugged into, that's the one that'll buzz in. So that's jack number 3. I can just move it over to a different jack and buzz in with player number 1, and all 8 of those can be hooked up at the same time. But the coolest thing of all is that the entire unit is self-contained. And so I'm going to unplug the keyboard for a second. And all the electronics are in here. It's going to be a little hard to see, but the actual tray slides out that has all the electronics in it. And below that, all of the controllers fit inside the thing. So the whole thing comes together. And this second shelf actually acts as a barrier to stop the stuff from crashing into the electronics. And so by just putting it all together, you can unplug this and pick the whole unit up and take it with you, fully enclosed. So that cost me about $40 for everything. I had some spare parts laying around, and that's how it works.